Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm coming to you from a brand new, beautiful Costco facility in Minnesota. Frozen food load. It's about 4 a.m. Most frozen food, if you guys didn't know, delivers from like midnight to about 6 a.m. They like to do it at night. So that's what's going on. Got a 3-stopper on here, but the video's not about that. The video is like for me to give advice to my younger self, like as a rookie, knowing what I know now, being in the trucking industry for 15 years now, almost 16 years, beginning of the year will be 16 years, kind of the advice I would give to myself. The advice that, taking all that I know now of all the trucking companies, all of the industry, how would I do it if I was going to start over again today? How would I advise myself to do that? And here is how I would do it. So, what I would do is, number one, avoid mega carriers at all costs. Knowing how mega carriers treat people these days, I would not do it again. I started out with USA Truck, and I gotta say, I felt like I wasted time at the mega carriers because you're just building their business. You're not helping yourself, really. You're gaining a little bit of experience, but they micromanage you to the point you're not really gaining a lot of experience. You're gaining some, but not a lot. I hear a lot of guys say, well, you got to do what you got to do to get into the industry. That is true, but you don't have to do that, like Meatloaf. I'll do a lot, but I won't do that. So I wouldn't do any more mega carriers. Basically what I would do is I would tell myself, you need to buckle down and you need to pay for your school yourself. That would be my first advice. So I went to truck driving school right on my 23rd birthday. I celebrated my 23rd birthday at truck driving school. Oh, what a wonderful birthday that was. So yeah, at 23, I went straight to truck driving school. I signed up with Pam Transport to go to truck driving school. Pam Transport got me a Greyhound. They didn't come drive me. They didn't personally Miss Daisy me over there. They gave me a Greyhound bus ticket over to truck driving school in Arkansas. And then got me over there, and about 5 days into a 21-day trucking school, they said, oh yeah, we're not going to hire you because we can't verify your last employer. And I said, yeah, you got to call the Better Business Bureau of my county because that business closed and they can verify that for you. Pam said, no, we don't do it that way. So basically Pam just screwed me over. So that's another, that's how mega carriers do it. They don't care about you. If they don't want to do the work, if somebody in the office doesn't want to do the work, you're screwed. So keep that in mind. The mega carriers, your well-being is not their interest, in my opinion. So, because I know they're all quite litigious. They got a team of lawyers over there. So, I called up USA Truck and I said, hey, USA Truck, Pam Transport's got me screwed over here. I done quit my job, went to truck driving school, and here I sit in Arkansas with no potential for employment. And they said, oh, well, let's see if you meet our qualifications. They said, do you currently have a pulse? I said, yeah, it looks like I got a pulse. They said, are you currently breathing air? I said, yeah, I'm currently breathing air. They said, guess what, guy? You qualify. So I went to truck driving school, got out of there, went to USA Truck, stayed at USA Truck almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. That'd be one thing I'd say. I'd tell younger me, avoid the mega carriers, buckle down, save up that money, pay for your own schooling. And if that wasn't possible, now I know some guys, you don't have that option. I get it. I was pretty broke back then myself. So maybe if you do have to go get your license through a company, try to make it not a mega carrier. There are some smaller, better companies out there that will help you in getting your CDL. And, like if I had to do that now, I would probably choose like maybe rail transport. They're not like a mega carrier. I know there's probably gonna be people in the comments that say rail's garbage, blah blah blah. I'm just saying, like, from what I see from their program, it looks like a pretty decent program. USA had a weird program where they took $50 a week out of my check for a year, and if I quit within the year, they charged me whatever they had already taken out, they kept, and then $4,500 total. So it was like, but they took out $50 a week, which is $2,500 for the year. I completed the year. They gave me $1,100 back. So I paid $1,400 to USA Truck for my training. Weird system. I don't know if they still do it like that. Not sure. But so I would tell myself, I'd say, hey, avoid going through the mega carriers and avoid, like, all this time wasted. I stayed 2 years at USA Truck. I stayed a year, almost 2 years at Averett Express. That's too much time for me looking back on it, because I've always had a business mindset. If you've had an entrepreneur, in your blood, if you've got that entrepreneurship, if you've got that want to be a business owner, do your research, learn it. That was one of those things, like, I already knew a lot about business. I could do a profit and loss statement before I graduated high school. Stuff like that. So I would have told myself, don't waste 3 years. Spend a year, maybe 2 years learning to drive truck, because I think you do need to know how to drive the truck before you become an owner-operator. It's hard to learn to drive a truck. It's not impossible. It is, to do it right, it is kind of a hard thing. And it's kind of hard to learn to run a business. Now, both things are achievable. I'm not saying they're like impossible. Oh my God, don't get freaked out about it. But you need to respect both things. You need to take both things serious. Remember, when you buy a truck, you are starting a business. So, I would go ahead and tell me, I would say, hey, don't even do the mega carriers. Probably what I would, the best advice I could give to myself would be to go to like a FedEx or something like that. Get your license, go to like a FedEx, probably team for the first year. Just run, try to make as much money as possible. Because that's what you need when you become an owner-operator. You need some experience, and you need money. So, I would tell myself, go somewhere that pays really good, like FedEx. Find one of those FedEx contractors that's paying like 50 to 60 to 70 cents a mile for teams. Probably went and did that for like a year. Just bite the bullet, sacrifice that first year, stack all that money up, and then boom, time to become an owner-operator. After a year to 2 years, I would say, would have been my learning curve. Some people probably can get it quicker than that. For me being 23, I think that would have been a good experience level for me, because at 23, you're still learning about life. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have a huge grasp on everything. So, that would have been what I told myself. Figure out a way to be making at least 50 cents a mile that first year. Back then, doing FedEx teams was like 50 to 55 cents a mile, somewhere in that ballpark. So that's probably what I've done. In this day and age, I would have said, hey, in the first year, I should be making at least 50 cents a mile, even if I got a team to do it. For that first year, sacrifice it, make that money, see where I'm at, evaluate myself at 1 year, and say, hey, do I think I'm comfortable with where I'm at financially and experience-wise? And if so, say, hey, man, go buy a truck. Put that down payment down, and buy that truck. Would be the advice I give myself. Just hurry up and get into a split. Oh, man, got guys here. Don't know what they're doing.
Door open, no trailers.
What?
Doors, trailers open, yeah.
Yeah, doors open. Yeah, doors open. Look around. Everybody's got their doors open. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I like helping people, but damn, like, like, can't you see I'm in the middle of a YouTube video? But anyway, guys. Oh my God. What is this industry becoming? So I would tell myself, sacrifice that first year. First year, do teams if you have to. Maybe a year and a half. By the time you go through training, get your own truck, team up, you're probably a month or two into it by that point. So maybe you have to go like a year to 2 years. Do that, and then put that money down, become an owner-operator. I would tell myself, just like I do now, operate a fuel-efficient truck and be learning and making contacts. You know what I mean? Like, as many people as you can get into your circle, the better. Like, it's just the way it is. The more mechanics, the more brokers, the more shippers, receivers, learn it all. I would probably, and see, I got my own authority in like 2008. Did not go well. 2008, at the end of 2008, 2009 was not a good time to be in trucking. I don't know if any of you were in trucking at that time. Not a good era. Probably the worst era in the last, 20 years to be trucking. That did not go well for me. I would tell myself, put the down payment down on the truck at this point. Lease it onto a carrier for maybe a year. just to save up and get, learn the industry a little bit more. So I'd be making more money, but I'd be getting a lot more experience being an owner-operator leased on. And then I would probably, about year 3, I'd probably transition into, just get my own authority, because I think if you're going to build a fleet, get your own authority. And I think you can make just as much money leased onto a carrier for one man, one show. And probably would have tell myself to build a fleet back then. When I was younger, I didn't have as many obligations. It would have been a lot easier to do it that way. But that's just some thoughts on what I would tell myself, kind of the direction I would point myself in. Definitely would tell myself, never, ever, ever do a lease purchase, you idiot, because I did that twice. That was the worst. That was the biggest waste of my trucking career as far as time goes. You know what I mean? It just was. I spent 3 weeks at Western Express. That was the worst 3 weeks of my trucking career. By all means, avoid that carrier like the plague. They do nothing but rip people off. Worst carrier in the industry, my opinion. The second lease purchase, I made a little bit more money, but they still controlled my asset, which I don't like. I don't like people controlling my truck. If I'm paying for it, it's mine. You're not gonna control it. So these are things I would tell myself, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Watch one of these other videos. Click on one of these other videos. Check them out. Keep yourself entertained and learning. Take care of each other out there. Bye.